Hey friends, it's been a long time since I've popped on here and shown my face, so I thought I'd come on and say hey. And I have a lot of new subscribers since the last time I've introduced myself. So welcome if you are new. I'm Cami with Crafting with Cami. And on my channel, I do mostly scrapbooking, but I do make cards as well on occasion. I can't believe I've already been with Stampin' Up! For 6 months. I started in May of 2024, and prior to that I was with Close to My Heart as a maker. So this transition has been great. I'm loving all their products. Let's go ahead and turn this camera around, and I'll be putting together a double-page scrapbook layout using the Frames and Flowers DSP from Stampin' Up! Let's get started. All right, as I had mentioned, this is the Frames and Flowers DSP. So let me set this aside. These are the papers, and you just get the 3 double-sided. So you have this beautiful blue, you have some of that floral design, this pink with little flowers on that, and then it is double-sided. So you get some more florals, this blue color, some sprigs. So here's the differences between all of those. And then you get these 3 more simple pattern papers. So the cool thing about this, I love this color palette. I love the blues and I love the watercolor kind of look, but I'm excited about the frames and flower part. I already punched them out, but you literally get 3 sheets of punch outs. Isn't that incredible? Okay, let me show you what they actually were since I punched them out already. We got this strip. We got like pocket card types. We got 3 of those. And then we got some of these wreaths. And then just corner pieces, a whole bunch of sprigs. And if you know me, I'm always adding sprigs to my layouts. So this makes it super simple. I don't need to die cut or here's another wreath or stamp. And then these pieces here have that opening, so I could do my title across there or sentiments. Like, I love this. Easy for cards. Like, just plop that on the front of a card base and you're good to go. But obviously I have to create a scrapbook, right? Here's some more of those sprigs. You guys, I am so excited about this. I love that it all coordinates and I don't have to create any embellishments. Like, I might create something to go along with this layout, but I wouldn't have to. Here's a frame. Here's more sprigs. We have 3 of those kind of frames. More wreaths. Another little sentiment circle. Some more triangle pieces. There's another one of these somewhere. Oh, it's over here. There's so much. I'm misplacing them. Here's the other triangle piece for that one. And here's another wreath in an oval shape. More sprigs. And then we have all of these orange colored flowers. That would be beautiful going into your clusters and embellishments. So now that I've shown you all this, let me clean up this mess and we're gonna get started on a double page layout. I am building this layout on some white cardstock. Stampin' Up! Calls this White Willow. And the first thing I started with was the strip. I thought, why not use it? It was in the kit. So I thought just on the left so that it's a stopping point and your eye carries across the layout. So that was the first thing I put down. I did a little brainstorming off camera before hitting record on my camera. And then I know I want my focal photo to be this one of myself. And it came with all these pocket cards. So I thought, why not layer these behind? So I just kind of played around with these. And I didn't want the pink or the 2 blues on top of each other and then the pink random. So I thought by breaking up the blues with the pink, we could do something like this. And then I had some corner pieces that had the pink. So then I thought this could go down here And then if we kind of bring these in more, it covers up that corner nicely. Maybe bring this down a little bit, this one over a little bit. And I just kind of fussed with it until I liked it. And I thought that helped break up the blues for one, and then bring in more of that pink tone. And I know I'm not using the correct colors. Let me find those for you here. So the colors are listed on this little sticker here. So we have Early Espresso, Garden Green, Granny Apple Green, Lost Lagoon, which I know is that really pretty blue color, Old Olive, Petal Pink, and Pretty Peacock, Pumpkin Pie, Shaded Spruce, and Soft Seafoam. I wanted something to brace the bottom of my layout. I didn't want it to feel top heavy. So I brought in some of that darker paper, and I thought that could go here and hold 3 more photos. And I will mat these on white cardstock. I printed them without, and I could even cut this down more and bring my pictures closer together. And I might still do that, but I wanted to see how much room there was after I matted my photos on white. So I'm picturing something like this, and kind of having some white space between each piece. I don't think they need to be touching. I could definitely butt that up against that and go all the way to the edge, but I kind of liked how that was sitting. And then for this side, I knew I wanted to bring in some more of that blue color, Pretty Peacock, and I had a lot more photos. So I was thinking of doing my photos in a grid. So I ended up cutting some down to 3x3 that I could. Some of them I couldn't cut down to the square, so I just did a pattern with what I could cut down to squares. So that's kind of what my grid's going to look like, but I didn't have another photo for here. So that's where I'll add my journaling. So I just cut another piece of white cardstock for my journaling, and that'll go there. But now, you know, we're getting lost behind. I did add white cardstock to all of these. I matted them. And I want to bring in some more of that Pretty Peacock. So here is the piece that I cut off of there. So let's add that behind. And I am liking that. I thought of having it centered, but I feel like I need some pink over here. I need some of the pattern paper over here. So if I move this closer to the center, and then I have this DSP that has this on the back, and that looks, you know, pretty similar to this one. It's a larger scale. It kind of goes with this one, again, a larger scale. So I could do something like that and kind of have it behind. Then I think I need to have a white or something framing this because it's kind of getting lost in there. But I could use the other side and kind of do a frame around this one. I also have this pattern paper left. What if I brought that one in? Ooh, I do like that. And obviously it coordinates with all of this side. I'm going to leave these sheets sit here and think on it. I am going to gut out the center of all of these cards back here. I can use those for another project. So this one, I'm going to keep this side. So I'm gonna do about 1 inch. So let's go up 1 inch, and then I can cut from this side here over to that inch. And then over here, we'll go up that inch and we'll cut over to that line. Yeah, that should be right. So then this I can use maybe over on this side to bring that same pattern over. So this one's gonna go here. And then this one I can cut out this area. So we'll do 1 inch. And we'll leave 1 inch over here. So this is 5 inches long. Go up to the inch mark here and go over to that mark. Okay. So then that one goes over on this side. And then here we'll leave this. The nice thing about this is there's no like right or wrong. So if you mess up, you can always just turn it around. But okay, so something like that. And I did consider having these, you know, kind of random, which that still looks pretty good, having them tilted, but I wasn't completely sold on that. It looked a little too chaotic for me. And then having that just kind of seemed, I don't know. So I think I like it straight. I do want to go around all of the edges with some ink. And there's a little bit of brown in here. So I might go around the edges with some brown. And I think mocha would look pretty good. I don't have Stampin' Up! Colors yet. So mocha from my stash should be a good fit for this layout. And I'll go around this strip and then all of these pieces as well. My pictures are really dictating this layout. Sometimes I'll create the layout before printing my pictures. Other times I really let the pictures do the talking. So I knew I had quite a few pictures and I wasn't sure how this layout was going to come together, and I just started laying the pictures around, and you know, I wanted this to be my focal, so I just put that on the left hand side. I do that often. I don't know what makes me think that the main picture has to go on the left, but and then yeah, I cut these down so that it could look like a grid. And I do turn to grid styles a lot when I have a lot of pictures. It just seems to hold a lot and fit a lot more on your layout. That's not always the case. Sometimes you need to do kind of like a collage style. I shouldn't be laying these directly down on my white. Sometimes the wet ink transfers over to the white. So, oh, no, hopefully I can hide that. Yikes, okay. And I will have a flip flap on this one in the center. Actually, I haven't adhered anything down yet. I can flip my white paper over. I'm gonna finish all my inking first though, in case I have another mishap. And let's do this one. I am popping this up on 3D dimensionals. And that's just gonna go right about here. And I could get these adhered down to this teal one so I can move that around as one piece as well. I'm putting my flip flap on right away so that as I'm embellishing, I can tell, you know, what's gonna be hidden under the flip flap and whatnot. So I like to do this when I know there's going to be a flip flap. I know where I'm going to place it. And then my embellishments could tuck. I can't even grab an embellishment right now. I'm throwing everything around. Okay. So then I could have embellishments tucked under here. And I know, you know, that this is a flip flap, so I won't want to put it on top. So just an example of my thinking there. And then I'll just slice my page protector. I still need to figure out which one I want over on this end, and then we can start embellishing. All right, I decided to go with this pink floral side. I've cut this down to 6.5 by 11 3/4. So I wanted that to kind of have a little white border, similar to how this one has that. And I did have to step away from this for a few days. We ended up going camping in our camper. I'm so excited to share those pictures with you guys. It's finally usable. It's not 100% done, but it's usable. So excited about that. Let's see if I can get this straight. I'm struggling. Yeah, so ended up having to step away from this for a little bit. So came back to it on my desk and let's get her done. Okay, and then this one is just gonna go. I like that I cut that at 6.5. It's not completely centered then. A lot of times I'll center things and I don't know, it's just kind of nice to do something different. Okay, I think I like that right about there. I want this corner piece, it matches this one over on this side. And I think I'm gonna pop that up on dimensionals like I did for this one. So I have my Stampin' Dimensionals here. I love the size of this. Okay, I wanna be careful where I put these though. So I don't wanna go on the inside because I still need to type out my journaling and tuck it back there. So just along the outside mainly. Let's go like that, and then maybe there. That should hold it up. Then you just peel the paper off the back of those. I like that. I was wanting to bring in some more of these sprigs and maybe create more embellishment clusters, but as I was bringing these in, I just felt like it was too much. I kind of like how it's just nice and simple with just these two corner pieces. I'm really letting the pattern papers show. So I don't know that I'm going to bring all these sprigs in. I really like how it's looking here. I might do my title right here going up and down. And I don't know what my title is going to be yet. I'll probably use my die cuts for that. Usually I want my title on the left, but I think there's plenty of room right here for it. And then I think we're going to call this good. I like how it's just focusing on the pictures. There's not a whole lot going on. We still have a couple of embellishments here, but overall we're pretty simple. And we have that white space and we have busy pattern papers. So I'm liking it, and I don't think it needs a whole lot of embellishment. So I am going to go cut out a title, and we are going to call this finished. Using products from my stash, I did this Cards and Wine. So they're stamped. The ink is jade, and then I stamped on limeade cardstock, and it comes with coordinating die cuts. So that's just from my stash, but I wanted to bring in some more of the green from these patterns here. And I am actually going to use this mono liquid glue, this Tombow glue, to adhere that down. Usually I use my Bearly Art glue, but this really isn't, I usually like that for the precision tip. And I may be running a little low on that, so let's just use this for now. And my title is just Cards and Wine. I thought of doing something like creativity or wine time or something a little more creative, but I think cards and wine go together. And it wasn't just making the cards. That's what all of us women did in the card class, but the guys that came along with their wives, they were playing cards. So that's my grandpa and my dad right there. They came along with my mom and grandma because they had to travel about 3 hours for this. So love the support of them and love that they were able to make the trip and see us. And this was my first ever card class. I had never hosted anything before. I just craft at home and do YouTube. I've never even attended a crop, nothing. So this was way out of my comfort zone. But as you had seen, I scrapbooked it a little while ago. I had a girls' night out with my friends, and I just grabbed some kits. I got together with them at this seller, and I'm like, let's just put together cards. Like, they don't typically craft, and so to me it wasn't, you know, getting together regularly. It was just a one-time thing. I thought, let's just get together, put together some cards, and just enjoy a glass of wine. Well, the owner of this seller was really interested. She came over to the table and she started asking me all these questions about the card kits and just thought it was so cool. And they are really cool. And so she's like, hey, have you ever thought about doing a class here? I'm like, I've never thought of doing a class in general, let alone here. Like, not really. And she's like, well, you should. And right then and there, she starts planning this class. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I needed you to push me out of my comfort zone because that's not me. I don't like to speak in front of people and kind of put myself out there like that. So, but I told her it was definitely something on my radar, and she's like, let's do it. And she planned it right there on the spot. And yeah, we put this whole thing together in less than an hour. And so then it was about a month later, we actually hosted this class, and it was so much fun, and I got such good feedback that we are planning another one. So this might become a regular thing. So if you're in the area, if you're in South Dakota, definitely let me know. I would love to send you an invite to this and come to our next card class. These kits come with all the instructions you need. They're fantastic to do on your own, but how fun to just have the community too. So it wasn't just, this is how you put together the cards. You can do however you want to do. You don't have to follow the instructions. It's just about getting together with people and being creative and having that community. I'm going to add my journaling here, and this layout is complete. Be sure to follow me on social media. I do have my Facebook and Instagram linked down below. And if you are in the area and would like to attend one of my card classes, I have been sharing that over on my Crafting with Cami Facebook, so be sure to sign up over there. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. That helps YouTube share it with more people. And leave me a comment down below. Until next time, live a life worth scrapping. Bye.